It's too late for you if you haven't already started doing research. You need to start immediately, as soon as you get into college, or earlier. Hi, Professor X with a Z here with another video on how to get research opportunities when you're in undergraduate and even high school. If you like this style of content, please make sure you share with everyone else and, like and comment, follow, just so that, more people can be exposed to, this type of information. The question that's on everyone's mind: when should I start doing research? Well, that depends, right? If you're trying to get into, college, then realistically, you don't need research, but it can definitely help the application. I think it helped my application because I did a little bit of research in high school. And, for college, if you're trying to get into grad school, say like math grad school, pure math, then, research can definitely help. It's not strictly necessary, but again, it can definitely help boost your application. And I'm going to go over some methods of finding research in this video. So what actually is mathematical research? A lot of people have, questions about that. And really, it's usually not quite what they first picture in their head. I mean, I'm not really quite sure what people envision in their head. Like for me, I didn't really have an idea of what it was when I first applied for my opportunity in high school. So how math research kind of goes is sometimes you may be in a group by yourself, or sometimes you may have a group of like 3 to 4 collaborators where you're working on a problem. Initially, there's a problem that's pitched by your research mentor, and you have to most times read literature. It's like a lot of reading to get into the tools that the problem may need to use, the background information and things like that. So for example, when I did my research my research opportunity in high school, basically what happened was it was an 8 weeks program. And for those first 4 to 5 weeks, I was just reading up on things like ideas and differential equations and solutions to boundary value problems, because my research project was on the Navier-Stokes equation and the electromagneto-hydrodynamic equation, and we were studying the existence, technically, and uniqueness of solutions with given boundary conditions, right? So we were restricting ourselves basically to the unit disk. And I didn't have to get too much into the details of the heavy mathematics machinery, but it was a really good research exercise in, differential equations, understanding boundary problems, things like that. So the only skills that I needed was multivariable calculus. So again, in one of my previous videos, I stated that you don't necessarily need a lot of experience to get into research in high school, because a lot of times what research is just synonymous with an educational experience where you get to study something new that you've never studied before, and just learn more about a really cool thing. So how much reading are we talking? We're talking maybe 5 to 6 hours a day of just reading, just looking at a text, looking at some papers, and just going through the ideas and collecting knowledge, getting context about the problem that you're trying to solve. So then once you have sufficient context, you can start formalizing your ideas on how to push forward with that concept, or maybe your mentor may ask you to solve a problem by the end of the research internship. And, sometimes you may find a solution and sometimes you may not. So how do you go about finding research internships? My advice depends on if you're looking for high school internships or research opportunities, or if you're looking for opportunities for college students, right? So if you're a high school student, and you would like to get into research, what I personally did was I had a local university, and I was working with a mentor there, and he was really locked in with some research opportunities. But usually your local colleges will have a bulletin board for research opportunities for either high schoolers or graduates. You can definitely go there and look. Also, one other thing that you could do is, if you have a local university, you can email professors there. Just directly cold email them, be respectful, but ask them if they know of anything, because usually they do, right? And, big tech corporations like Google, Microsoft, I'm not sure of the others, but I think a lot of them have programs for high schoolers. They can be a little bit competitive, but yeah, usually there's some sort of research internship. I think NASA also has something like that, right? You can kind of get into stuff like that. Now, if you're looking for a research opportunity in college, the same type of ideas apply, but in college there are a lot more opportunities, and you can't really get too tunnel visioned on, say for instance, you're interested in geometric representation theory. You can't get too tunnel visioned on, I just specifically want a geometric representation theory research internship, because a lot of times these internships are hard to find anyway, not just in geometric representation theory, but in general. Research internships for college students can be a little bit difficult to find, specifically for pure mathematics. So a lot of times what a lot of pure mathematicians do is they broaden their horizons to almost any math. internship, because it's definitely better to have research experience than not having any research experience at all, even if the research experience isn't something that you don't quite enjoy. Another helpful tip to find research internships is like asking your friends. Some of them may be computer scientists, physicists, whatever they do. Sometimes they may know of opportunities of where they can get research experience, or where they've done research before, and they can, refer to that. Also, there are things called research experiences for undergraduates, REUs. Those happen during the summertime. Those are a very common form of research as well. They are a little bit competitive to get into, but again, you always should throw your hat in there regardless. Also, if you're fortunate enough to go to a university that has a career center, I would definitely advise also checking in with them, because they may have opportunities as well for summer internships. Thank you all for watching this far. I plan to keep talking about research and what research in math looks like. But if you have any comments on content that you'd like to see, please make sure to comment below. And yeah, I'll see y'all in the next video. Professor X, what is he out?